So we're gonna do 2 different breaks, one solely about the local fight, and then one just about you.
Whatever you want, brother man.
So,
okay, now
Yeah, I
you
was
don't
gonna say,
fight,
he should sell tickets more than any of the fighters.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought it was going to be me and Lashley.
People were calling up asking whether Bill was doing autographs at IHOP, which is kind of like, no.
IHOP?
Yeah, we were at IHOP.
Yeah.
There's a whole new market to explore right there.
So is the Radisson.
Oh my God. Introduce Bill. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
And here we go.
Are we on? Is this thing rolling?
Yeah. It's still taping. We're going to run it in 10 minutes before it's
I didn't
taping.
even make a picture of a guy right now.
That's Burt Reynolds,
man.
That's Burt Reynolds.
Oh, that's Playboy.
Okay, so the guy asking about the naked dude is Bill Goldberg.
I got a better picture of Burt.
Oh, really? You got a little more hair showing?
I got more clothes on it.
Oh, that would probably be better. No, I like it because it's next to the sausage sticker.
You know, that's what's funny is you're kind of known for your physique, this, that, and the other, but your voice is instantly recognizable as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Goldberg. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing great, gentlemen. Yourselves?
Fantastic.
What a lot of people don't know, some do, some don't, is that Bill has made a transition from professional wrestling to the world of mixed martial arts. You're really into this thing behind the scenes now.
You know, not many people do know, but I mean, it goes back years. My character was patterned after MMA guys.
Yeah.
In the beginning, I owned the largest MMA gym in North America, 35,000 square foot gym in Atlanta,
So this was
Georgia,
actually
when I was
before,
wrestling.
while you were wrestling?
Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't really a transition, it was happening at the same time.
Yeah, I've been a fan ever since the beginning. I probably went to the first 7 out of 10 UFCs. I mean, I know all the Coleman, Randleman, Couture, those guys trained at my gym.
Yeah.
You know, in Atlanta.
So were you
years and years ago.
Like one of the guys who helped start it along with like Dana and everybody? I mean,
No, I mean, I wouldn't say that. I mean, I've just been a fan
You're just
for
a fan
very,
with the
very
gym,
long
yeah.
period of time.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, am I the best commentator in the world? No. Do I bring passion to it? Do I bring some knowledge of the fighters and combat sports? Hell yeah. So, you know.
fantastic.
Awesome. Now, you're in town. We got the shark fights happening this Friday night. We're going to do this one over at the Fair Park Coliseum.
Yeah.
Almost said Coliseum.
Coliseum. Awesome. We should rename it for the night.
Yeah. All right. We got the one and only Bobby Lashley. Now,
Okay, who's bigger?
You or Bobby?
Well, no, I know
that's not what he's asking.
Well, I'm taller than Bobby, and I'm definitely heavier than Bobby since I couldn't make 265 right now. But
Yeah.
as far as like if we took our shirts off, you'd probably puke if you saw me right now compared to Bobby. I mean, you know, hey, the reality is I'm 45 years old, and Bobby's been training, and he's fighting, he's killing, beating.
Every time I take my shirt off, my wife pukes, so it's all right.
I take mine off in the other room these days. But
Bobby Lashley looks like a statue.
he always has. You know, he's
Yeah.
like I went to school at University of Georgia, and Herschel Walker preceded me there. He's like a Herschel Walker. He's an absolute genetic freak. Herschel never lifted weights until he got into probably his last year of college football.
Wow.
Push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups, that was it.
Just that.
Lashley's kind of the same way. I don't know his training regimen, but I do know that he's very passionate about what he does. He takes everything very seriously. His physique, obviously, and his background is what got him as a superstar at the WWE.
Yeah.
And, you know, the passion to fight, the passion to compete has always been burning inside of him. And so, hell, he transitioned to MMA. It hasn't been, you know, a smooth transition.
Right.
But, I mean, hell, the fact that he's willing, after the years of being put up on the pedestal as this unbeatable wrestling champion, he's willing to put everything out online, going out there competing for real. So I mean, you gotta pat Bobby on the back just for even trying, let alone being successful as he has been.
Right.
Didn't he have some actual wrestling background?
And AIA, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he was like a championship college.
He's a damn good wrestler. There's no question about it.
He's just an all-around ass kicker, huh?
All-around ass kicker, no doubt. But you know, just like all of the wrestlers, he needs to work on his stand-up. Look at Brock. He needs to work on his stand-up. All the guys who have that background in wrestling, collegiate wrestling, amateur wrestling, the first thing they should be doing is spending as much time as humanly possible working on their hands, because in the back of their mind, they're always going to be that wrestler. They can take anybody down, they can stop takedowns, but for them to compete on this level, they have to bring their hands into the fight, man. They have to. Look, like I said, look at Brock.
If they dive in like that, they're going to get caught, and it's over.
Yeah.
That's the beautiful thing. That's the thing that I love about mixed martial arts is even more than boxing or anything. it can flip on a dime. I mean, just on a dime.
No question. I mean, you have differing skill sets. You know, have different mentalities. You have different agendas. I mean, always you never really know what to expect when you see an MMA fight, even if it's a heavily favored opponent against somebody who's 0-10.
Right.
You never know. I mean, look at Scott Smith. When I worked for Showtime, Scott Smith.
You're talking with Elite EXE. Yeah,
Yes.
right.
Yeah. When we used to call Smith's fights, I don't care how much he's getting beaten down. If he has the ability to throw one punch, the fight can end at any second. So in MMA, that's one of the best parts about it. You may have a heavily favored guy against a guy who's an unknown, and one shot can change the integrity of the entire fight. So I mean, you know, hopefully tomorrow, Friday night, we got some guys coming out there, and they're going to make their shot. They're going to make it worth it. We're on Fuel TV. You know, Lashley's heading the card, like we said. Yeah. And even though it's his 4th or 5th or 20th opponent that, you know, has been put in front of him. Yeah. And that's another thing. I mean, you have to look at the integrity of these guys, of a superstar like a Bobby Lashley, who's prepped to fight, who's been training for 8 to 12 weeks for so-and-so, and then literally so-and-so 2 weeks before the fight, he's off the card. Then another guy comes in. This is his 4th or 5th opponent. Yeah. And for him to still stay in there and say that, you know what, I've trained my ass off so much, I'm prepared to beat anybody. Yeah. Right. That takes a lot of integrity.
I mean, we were talking about that the other day. It's real hard for mixed martial artists to get a game plan together because opponents are going to change, styles are going to change, in all of these things.
Opponents are going to change, styles are going to change, but in the reality is this. When I played football, and obviously it's totally different in MMA, I've never fought MMA. I've been around it for a long time. But when you have a game plan, 9 times out of 10, you should only worry about completing your game plan. You should worry about giving 100% towards the effort that you put forth in training and strategically going in there and kicking that guy's ass. It doesn't matter who the hell's in front of you. If their skill sets are different, true, you have to adapt to it. But I think at Lashley's level, you know, the athleticism that he has, the drive that he has, you know, he's listening to these people say he can't do it. He's listening to these people say he's an absolute monster. He wants to go out there and prove it for himself. He doesn't care if you put, you know, the granny from the Beverly Hillbillies in front of him. It doesn't matter.
That would be an awesome fight.
I knew you were going to catch it. But it doesn't matter.
What about Jethro, though? He's country strong.
Yeah, he just wants to go out and perform. This is his stage. He wants to compete at the highest level. And there's not one person on the planet that can tell him that he can't because he has the confidence in himself.
I'll tell him that he can't from behind bulletproof glass.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, you can't live there. That's all I can say.
He don't know where I live.
In all, how many fights are we going to have tomorrow night, Mr. Promoter, sir?
We are going to have
looks like about
for sure.
We got 8 for sure. We're trying to get 9.
Okay, 8 to 9 fights out at Fair Park Coliseum. We're going to do this Friday night. Doris, what about 7:30?
Fight start at 7.
All right, fight start at 7, so you want to get out early. Because once again, as we talked about with Bill, or Mr. Goldberg, as I like to say when I'm in fear.
As you like to kiss his ass.
You know what? Sometimes the opening 2 guys are the best match of the night.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the middle guys. You just don't know. Because it is that clash of styles, and you just don't know what's going to happen.
It's not like a concert where you know the opening band's going to suck.
Right,
no doubt.
Right,
exactly. And you know, another an analogy I can give towards that is it's like the difference between college and pro football. Okay, you look at the first up and comers, right? Mm-hmm. They're passionate about what they do. No holds barred. They're throwing caution to the wind. They don't give a damn what happens because they know that's their opportunity. Once you work up towards these pros who have been there 15, 20 fights. Strategy comes into play. Yeah. If I win this one, where am I going to sit? If I lose this one, where am I going to sit? You know, they worry about how they end the fight. It's not all just about going out there and trying to get a win. Wow. So there's a lot of strategy employed. Earlier in the night, not to say that there's not strategy, but there's a lot more enthusiasm. There's a lot more nervous energy because these guys haven't fought nearly as much.
Right.
Wow. You know, it's fun talking MMA with Mr. Goldberg here, but I keep getting lost in those baby blues.
Oh my God, kill me. My wife's getting jealous, dude.
Are those the same baby blues we saw in Desperate Housewives?
Yes, they were.
Speaking of which, we'll bring that up next time.
Yeah, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Goldberg here. He will be commentating. Is that the correct tense?
Yeah.
Correct. Commentating?
Sure, why not?
Now, can the people in the stands hear you commentating, or is that just for the TV
I
broadcast?
think the people in the stands can hear me do just about anything. I mean, I try to project as much as possible. Anytime you come to shark fights, it's not just, you sit in the audience and you watch the fight.
Yeah.
I get to commentate with, a great MMA fighter, Eric Apple. He and I are available for all the fans, taking pictures. And shark fights is like a big family. Wes Nolan, is the owner, and we jumped on board. We believe in him. We believe in his product,
right?
And we believe that it's a family atmosphere. That's why it's kind of good to get back here into Texas. I'm from Oklahoma originally, and it's like it's a family deal. Yeah, it's really cool. It's interactive. It's not just like, hey, there's Goldberg over there. He's like behind the glass.
Well, I don't want to embarrass you or anything like that, but there are a lot of people who freaked out when they found out that you were coming to town to help host this event.
Well, it's an honor. It really is. I mean, I've done a lot of things in my life, and to have anyone look up to me or be appreciative of what I've done, I mean, I'm the luckiest guy in the world, because the things that I've done in the past are passionate to me, except for the wrestling. But
except for the thing I'm known for.
But I mean, I'm really appreciative of anybody that would take 5 minutes out of their schedule to either listen to what I have to say or watch me do my thing. And it's just, for me, it's a forever honor. And I'm one of the luckiest guys in the world to be able to give back.
Can you hang out a little bit and tell us some stories?
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Okay, let me air this one. Get the beginning here.
How much time do I have?